Okay. No, that wasn't weird or anything. Just hear all my cans rattling in the background. Brett, what's going on, man? Brett, you got to get some questions in for the podcast, man. Or a question. A lot of can, I know, right? Bonus mukbang while you're at it here. Went to BK, where I think the girl there gave me like every fucking barbecue sauce known to man in the place. She gave me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She gave me 8 fucking packets of barbecue sauce. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. So, dude, you're not watching Big Time anymore tonight? No, not tonight. Dude, Brendan, between me and you, I like those guys. I like Flex. I think he's a cool guy. I like the guy behind the camera and everything. But some of their shit, I'm sorry, some of their shit is extremely priced too high. And plus, that one guy pissed me the fuck off. Trying to claim I don't ever buy anything in there and shit. Fucking rat dasher. That guy can suck my dick. Even Dan vouched for me and shit. Like, Dan's like, Will's good people. I was like, damn right, I'm good people, fucker. And I want everybody to know right here that all these fucking autographs, here's a little preview of the video I made. You see all these? You see all this shit? Except for this one. This one's no longer mine. That's actually traded. But you see all this? You see all these autographs and shit that I've spent money on and shit like this? This is all Brendan's fault. Brendan is the one that shared the link, you know, one night. And it just fucking snowballed from there. Oh, there's my new beauty right there. Look at that. But I have a video on that. You'll see more of that. Hopefully tomorrow. Oh, shit, dude. That's just some of them. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 more down here on the floor. You're welcome. No, not welcome. Son of a bitch. Bitch, I'm addicted now. And hey, Jax. What do you mean, okay, then? Oh, I didn't post it to the room. That's what you're... Or not the room, the group chat. What I meant to say. So, people actually talking and fucking holy shit, this is like a total contrast from last night, man. Know your vulgarity. Oh, oops, sorry. I saw what you got for you today. You got the Godzilla versus Kong thing. I didn't watch the video yet, but oh, and Brendan, you should have bought that movie at the swap meet, man. That movie Short Order. It's a weird, kooky movie, but it's pretty good. It stars Emma DeCon's in it from Mr. Bean's Holiday. You should have bought that movie, man. It's a dope movie. It's kooky. It's really weird, but entertaining. No, the autograph thing that I did not post yet. Oh. Man, this motherfucker even getting autographs for free now and shit. Not a mukbang is when you fuck in a mud puddle. Brett, do we have to go back to reading your comments before we say them out loud? So yeah, like I said, this one's not even mine anymore. I traded that away. Probably a safe choice. Well, at least you admit it. God damn, first Brendan gets movies and shit for free. Now this motherfucker getting autographs and shit for free.
Okay, artists, check this shit the fuck out. Kelly Bundy, Peggy Bundy, Al, and fucking David Faustino.
It is Beckett certified, you rat bastard. You son of a bitch. Hey, John, what's up, man? So, you'll see it in the video. I know there's only 5 people here, but still. And you'll see it in the video tomorrow. But I would like to show you guys the first official copy. Good, dude. What you eating? Burger King nuggets and fries. And never mind. Everybody left. Okay, cool. There's only 2 people watching now. Awesome. Doesn't matter what I show. Hey, artist, what you snacking on? Chili Riano. Dude, I'm still waiting for your questions, bro. We record tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, like there was like 5 people, then it dropped to 2. So I was like, all right, well, I guess fucking not. All right. This is the first. Hold on. Put this up some. The first copy of Stories No One Asked For, the 2nd edition, or what I'm affectionately calling the purple edition, right here. Brett, I swear to God. So this is the first thing, and it is an alternate cover right there. As you can see, this is the original cover. This is the alternate. So it's a little different. Now, this one right here, I did find some formatting problems, like this right here. Like this, where like the last story bleeds onto the second page and shit to the next page, which is not what I want. But luckily, this was only an $8 mistake this time and not a $137 one like last time. So I was able to fix that today. We got everything fixed. There was one mistake I found in here that I cannot fix and shit. And I'll show you what it is. Because for some reason, I tried fixing it, and for some reason, it would not fix. And I don't know why it wouldn't. This right here. Oh, no, that's not it. That I was able to fix. Where's this? For some reason, this line you see right here, you see that line at the beginning of the paragraph? For some reason, I cannot get that to go away. And I couldn't get it to go away. So, you know what? That's added for the 2nd edition right there. So, pretty soon, now, also, a lot of, well, I wouldn't say, well, to me, a lot of people bought the first copy of the book. Plus, I gave away a lot of free ones. So, the 2nd edition, there is only going to be a run of 20 copies. I mean, come on, these fuckers cost money. Okay? There's only going to be 20 copies. Plus, I have a piece of new artist merch that I'm working on soon that I hope to get paid for. Not this coming Friday, but the next Friday. I'm going to get that paid for and everything. Well, if you would have read the first edition of the book, you would have known that, Brendan. So, the 2nd edition of the book, and there will be a second piece of artist merch that you can buy together soon. So keep that in mind. You'll be able to get the purple edition pretty soon. There's a sexy story in the first edition of the book. You know I suck at reading. I know. You have a book. That's awesome. Dude, I have a book. I have a podcast. I'm a paid artist. Dude, I even have my own action figure, man. Where's my action figure at? Okay, maybe I don't have an action figure anymore. Shit. Okay, that's bothering me. I know my action figure's over here. Ah, there he is. Boom, I even got my own action figure. The ArtistVersion1 action figure made by Knight Brian, N-I-T-E, Brian on Instagram. Pretty much make anything for you. He'll make this kind of figure. He'll make a Hasbro figure. He'll make a Jax figure of you or anything. He'll even put it in packaging. I got the cheap bastard version of it. So it even comes with the old edition World Board Game belt. It comes with this one. Doesn't have the new one, my new board game belt. But do you think Dan is going live tonight? If he was going live, he should have been live at like 6 my time. So I don't think so. Yep, he made the Wet Movie 1 action figure as well as Gabe and Andrew. Paragraphs might help that. You and these paragraphs, Jax. I am not a professional writer. Well, I mean, I guess technically I am because people did pay me for a book that I wrote. So I guess technically I am a professional writer, but Jax wants an artist sex doll. Here it is, baby. You're looking at it. Sorry for wanting to read more. I want to read more gooder. And I got another person that approves of my new merch idea. And pass. Oh, come. Hey, you don't know what you're missing. You know what they say, Jax? Once you go white, you might say, all right. Oh, yeah. Couldn't keep a straight face for that. I was about to say, she don't need the doll. She can have the real thing, baby. Don't. Don't you ever again. Oh, shit. Oh, I don't know why that made me laugh so hard, but it did. Don't you ever again. Yeah, nuggies. Yeah. Me too. That was great. It's all right. I can wait it out. She'll run out of options eventually. How many times I gotta tell you, Brett? 16 goats. You know the deal. Where's the goat keeper tonight? Where's Erica? Where's she at? She usually has a good handle on this whole goat situation. But for you 6 people watching, if any of you guys are wrestling fans, go over. I sent her the link just now. Oh, okay. Go over and leave some questions on episode 12 of the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. Leave some questions for us to answer because tomorrow night we will be recording episode 13. So, yeah, get your questions in. As they say in the wrestling business, get your shit in. Was it 16 goats or 16 legs? Well, I know it was no 16-legged goats, but I'm pretty sure the minimum to quote-unquote buy you was 16 goats. I thought I said 16 legs so y'all wouldn't throw in Stumpy. I forgot about Stumpy. I can't remember now. It's been so fucking long, you know? Plus, I haven't seen Toast in I don't know how long and shit. I don't even know if he's still alive. Does anyone else drink their fries? Or is that just me? Poor Toast. I don't know what happened. One day he was here, next day it wasn't. I don't, yeah. And something weird I do. Like when there's like a whole bunch of fries like at the bottom like this, I tend to drink them. Hello, Stumpy. You should do the 100 nugget challenge. What is that? 100 nuggets in like what? How much time? Oh, you're still watching Lost in Adaptation, huh? I think 10 minutes. Oh, man, I don't know if I could do that. I could do 100 nuggets. Possibly. I remember when McDonald's used to, well, at least in Texas they had it. McDonald's used to do like the bucket of nuggets. It was 50 nuggets and shit. That I used to be able to sit down and eat and shit like that. But like, man, I don't think I could do 100 nuggets. And at least not in one sitting. You know? Brett, I swear to Christ. Thanks, Brett. What the hell? Really? That's a thanks, Brett? But I get never again? Like, what kind of bullshit is this? Because I'm white. Thanks, Brett. Not just thanks, Brett, but thanks, Brett, with fucking hard eyes. I don't think Jax has ever given me anything with fucking hard eyes. Drew is white, so is George. Oh. The hell? Now I'm thinking about it, Jax has dated like a pack of Skittles, so to speak. She has dated the rainbow. Now that I think about it. I've been crying all day. Let me have this. Why have you been crying all day? What's wrong? And I did. I'll let you have it. Like I said, I think you dated the whole rainbow shit. Dated a white guy. No, I don't think you dated an Hispanic guy. At least not to my knowledge. Yeah, you did. You did date an Hispanic guy. I think he was Hispanic. And there was a white guy, of course. There was a black guy. I don't think you dated an Asian guy. Like a straight up Asian guy. Depression and anxiety. Gotcha. Oh, I could be your first Hispanic. I think she's dated an Hispanic. Like, Jax was Matt Hispanic? Oh, I meant let me have the Brett compliment. Oh, okay. Let's not. Okay, I won't dive any deeper into that then. Who was Hispanic? Was Matt Hispanic? The fucking the guy who couldn't stand me. Worked at the YMCA. He might have been, but he was adopted. Well, it still counts. If you're born Asian and you're adopted into a black family, that doesn't make you black. At least I don't think so. I never really got around the rainbow there. I think I've dated all white people and one Lebanese chick. Which, if you have a chance to do that, do some research first. Make sure they're not fucking psycho. Oh, I'm saying if you know. Oh, okay. Well, he looked Hispanic. Okay, I got you now. Okay. I have a feeling that you've mentioned George before, and I, for the life of me, can't remember where or when, because twice now you've mentioned him that, twice now you've mentioned him like I'm supposed to know him, and I have no idea. What's up with all these adopted Hispanics you're dating? What kind of shit is this? Or attempting to date? What kind of shit is this? Oh, okay. Okay. He's still white. Okay. Gotcha. Wish I could save these fries for tomorrow, man, but Mark the Narc is white. No, I haven't. Shit, I should have went there tonight, man. Where were you like fucking 30 minutes ago? When we were going out to fucking Pizza Hut. I mean, Pizza Hut. Burger King, I apologize for calling you that fucking hellhole. Where were you when we were... Anthony. The Narc, though. That's what's getting me. Even... Excuse me. Oh, shit. Damn, I done phased that out already. Shit. I'm trying it after work tonight. Super stoked. Yeah, I've been wanting to try it with the pepperoni, cheese, and shit. Basically, pizza stuffed crust and shit. I want to try it. Just you and that guy just did not match on paper, man. That'd be like me dating like fucking Danielle Bergoli or some shit. Like that's just a fucking match on paper that just doesn't work. It'd be like fucking like, you know, Gene Simmons dating JoJo Siwa or some shit. Dude, Chili Rihanna, we used to have a guy who used to come in here that no shit would eat Little Caesars like every night. No shit. Very few partners make me feel actual shame. Damn. That's rough right there. That's just as bad as like, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. I mean, that's the best like description I can give to it is like Jackson Mark is like imagine it like if I were dating fucking Danielle Bergoli. Just, you know, imagine that. Like what? You two? Like, you know, just imagine that shit on paper. You know, artist, I saw the mist after you recommended it. The ending was great. I told you, bro. Told you, I fucking love that ending, man. It's one of the most ballsiest endings in movie history. That movie said, "Fuck your feelings. We're doing it." Narc is for narcissists. Oh, okay. Yeah, one of the best endings ever. Mm-hmm. Like Baby Mama, she hated that I liked movies that ended that way because I've seen The Miss. Not that I remember much. Baby Mama hated that I liked the movies that ended that way because fucking 95% of movies, you know, whether it be The Miss, whether it be a romantic comedy, it's usually fucking conflict, resolution, everybody goes home happy. More than likely. You know? And technically, The Miss, you can go home happy, kind of, but not really. You know? Hey, artist man, have a movie night tonight. I'm gonna have a movie night tonight. What's a good underrated horror movie? Shit, you've seen them all, dude. Like, I mean, I think Blair Witch 2 is underrated. I started watching one the other day. I gotta finish it. It was pretty good thus far. It's called Funhouse. Not the one from the 80s. Not the Funhouse by Toby Hooper, I believe. But it's this one that came out recently from Magnet Entertainment, I believe. I think it's Magnet. Thus far, I was liking it. So the only bad thing about the Mist was the terrible CGI tentacles. If you get the 2-disc special edition, there's the color version and there's the black and white version. Watch the black and white version. It makes it a little better. The ending is hit or missed. Get out. Neon Maniacs is a decent 80s horror flick. LOL, Brett. Speaking of puns, now I work at a trampoline park, man. I just, have a whole new set of puns. So, like, I was looking at one of the squares that we have and shit, one of the trampolines, and I'm just staring at it. And then finally somebody comes over, they're like, what's wrong? I was like, look at this thing. They're like, what's wrong with it? I'm like, it's filthy. They're like, oh, yeah, I can tell. I was like, oh, such a filthy tramp. They just walked away. They already had it with one pun. They walked away. Plus, like, we have a lower deck and an upper deck and shit. So, like, once you walk along the sides of the one thing, there's like 3 steps that you have to walk up to get to the upper deck and shit. So I walked over with the trash can, and everybody's looking like, what the fuck is he doing with the trash can? Like, what is he doing? So I lay the trash can on the fucking steps, and they're like, what's the deal here? And I just looked at it and looked at them. I was like, basket case. He's like, you realize if I kick this over, you're cleaning it up, right? Do you? Yes, I do blame them. I'm giving them comedic gold, and they're walking away. Apparently, everybody was looking sad, except for me. I was walking around, jamming the music and shit. One of the girls gets on the walkie. She was like, can y'all look a little bit more entertained? So once she's done, I get on the walkie. I was like, yeah, we work in an amusement park, not an unamusement park. Am I right? Yeah. Put my hand up where everybody can see it up top. And everybody just looked at me. I was like, no. Okay. This used to be a fun house. That reminds me, now when I see parents come in with their kids and shit, they let their kids run off and jump and everything. I see them pull out a book and they start reading. I just walk over to them. I'm like, man, there's no books in here. This is a house of fun. Okay. That's like my new shtick I do with people. See them reading books and shit. I'm like, man, this is no books allowed. This is a house of fun. Okay. Oh, God. All I saw was trampoline park, and I don't know what else he wrote, but I know this is going to end badly. Trampoline parks are the only place where people don't know if you are leaving or staying when you say, I got to bounce. I don't know why we let you speak in here, bro. All right, let me put my 19 barbecue sauces this bitch gave me in my bag here. Take the rest of my nuggets for tomorrow. Of course you did, Jax, of course. Because you're going to take Brett's side. Brett's your new toast. When's William gonna be toast? When's it gonna be William's toast time? Okay. But I will say, working at the park, it does have its ups and downs. Okay. Yeah, ups and downs, because you jump up and down. The trampoline, the park, working there has its ups and downs, and then like ups and downs and such. Like, because normally on a trampoline you go up and down, and then so the play, working there would have its ups and downs, and so so it'd be kind of like up and down. Did you freeze? I don't get it. So, like on a trampoline, you jump up and down. Okay, so you go up and down. Okay, so when I say I drink Coke Zero now, oh, do you? You like it? I take it that you do. Otherwise, you wouldn't be telling me that you drink it now. And why do you drink it now? This is my crack here. This is my orange vanilla right here. One of the rare sodas that I enjoy with vanilla in it. Oh, and Baja Blast Zero Sugar's back in stores, bitches. I'm just waiting for like a Pepsi sale or something so I can buy 19, 12 packs of it. Yeah, because I don't like diet anymore, but am cutting out the sugar. Fair enough. That's why, like, whenever I go to restaurants and they ask, what do you want to drink? I always order Diet Coke with a lemon. Not just because I miss Diet Coke with lemon. It's because I tend to get a little bored with Diet Coke sometimes. Because before Coke Zero, that's all I had was Diet Coke, Diet Sprite, Diet Coke with lime on occasion. That was before Diet Coke with lime was everywhere, and now it's nowhere. And damn, I miss Diet Coke with lime. So when you drink as much Diet Coke and everything, you tend to get bored of it and shit. So that's why when I'm at a restaurant, if I can get a lemon in it, I'll get a lemon in it and shit. I annoy the waitress right off the bat. And what can I get you to drink? Can I have a Diet Coke with no ice and a lemon? I know there's only 7 people watching, and I usually only save this to when we're only 10 above, but if you want to cut out the sugar, check out our sponsor, Raise Energy from repsports.com. In the description down below, you can get yourself a free 4-pack of this flavor right here, Galaxy Burst, Sour Gummy Worm, Voodoo, which is my personal favorite, and I believe Apollo. I think you get Apollo in that 4-pack too. So yeah, and you can get a free 4-pack. Just pay the shipping. Use my checkout code ARTIST, ARTIST at checkout. Save, and that'll let them know that I sent you. Or if you already tried Raise Energy, know it and love it, go over to repsports.com. Use my checkout code. Buy yourself a case. Save 15% on it. Wait, you drink soda with no ice? No, because one, it comes out of the fountain cold. Okay? It comes out cold. And two, putting ice in the soda in it just robs you of more soda. Like this right here. These don't go in my... Like, whenever y'all see me drinking a soda on fucking camera and shit like that, 999,999 times out of a million, more than likely, it's not from my fridge. Because normally I just buy fucking sodas and shit. And I just leave them in the 12 pack. They're usually right over here off to the side. I don't even fucking put them in the fridge. They're fine right out the can. They're perfect. And if you put NyQuil in it, it makes a dandy eggnog. Ice is usually a part of the soda experience. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, I know, but still. I know you can get free refills, I know, but I can't have a soda that's not cold. Man. The only time I can't drink a soda hot, quote unquote hot, is when it's been sitting in the car all day. Like the other day, I got off of work, and it wasn't even that hot out. You know, I was like, oh man, we had like a nice day. It was like 79 degrees and shit. So I get in the car and I left like a Pepsi Mango Zero Sugar in there. So I was like, oh yeah, it wasn't that hot out here today. Let me drink this shit. This thing was like boiling. I was like, no, let's not drink that. You know? Yeah, but Jax has got to have her drinks for like they put in half ice and then they put in whatever her liquid is and then they put in like another scoop of ice and they put another half of liquid in and they put in the rest of the ice. It's complicated. You think my order is complicated? Are you from Cali? No. I live in Iowa, dude. Where everyone calls it pop and it annoys the shit out of me. They call soda pop and they call bags sacks, and I just I don't know why. It just annoys the piss out of me. Whatever, it's hardly. Yeah, and after you get all the ice in there, can you do 3 circles and do a chant for me, please? Person in Sonic, like, what the fuck, man? There's seriously 8 people in here and 2 people talking. I could have just called these 2 and had this conversation. Come on, guys. Would you say that it annoys a sack full of piss out of you? It just hurts my brain saying that out loud. No, what really fucking makes me mad is like when I used to work at a Hy-Vee and like they'd buy like a couple items or some shit and I'm like, would you like a bag? And they're like, a what? I'm like, a bag? And they're like, oh, a sack? And I'm like, oh, fuck you. Okay, don't give me that shit. Don't act like you don't know what a bag is. You rat bastard. What is everyone doing? I don't know. Taking a break from my wallows to poke fun at William. At least I'm good for something when it comes to Jax. She'll eventually need more. And when she does, I'll be waiting. You're a handsome guy to stare at, I guess. Yeah, I wish. Oh, yeah. That comment and adjusting my hat reminded me. So the other day, me, Shubs, and Nick, who host the Three-Way Dance Wrestling Podcast. If you haven't got your questions in yet, go do that. He said something. Oh, yeah, there's a wrestler named Evil Uno. And Nick posted in the group chat, he was like, it just dawned on me that Evil Uno stands for Evil One. I was like, you got to be fucking kidding me, right? All of this. Oh, yeah. And I just sent a picture of just me looking. But I wasn't wearing a hat, because I'm bald, almost bald up here. And like Shubs responds and he's just like, what happened to your hair? I was like, we don't talk about the hair. And he was just like, oh. And I was like, why do you think I am always in a hat now? He was like, fair enough. I was like, there you go. Let's move on. There was one night I was live in here where like people just kept coming in and just yelling, fucking, take off the hat. I'm like, the fuck? I'm like, pay some money. Shut him up real quick. Artist, what's your favorite TV show? Like right now or of all time? Both. Of all time, my favorite TV show of all time is The Wonder Years. Like, I even wrote like there's an update to one of the stories in the book, the second edition of the book. And like, I wrote something that was very like reminiscent of Wonder Years. Like I just started writing it. I was like, wow, this is like very Wonder Years-esque and shit. And I don't really have a favorite TV show right now. I don't really watch like a lot of current TV. I guess since Superstore's over, I Press Your Luck, I guess, would probably be the next best show that I watch. Shit. The first ever episode of The Wonder Years was great. Oh, God. I used to really hate on the last 2 seasons of Wonder Years. And I still stand by that the sixth season's a little, But there's an episode in season 5 that just, man. Sometimes I just need a minute after watching that episode. Season 5, episode 1. I just need a minute. Okay. They're doing a reboot of it with an all-black family in Montgomery, Alabama. And I was totally against this idea. Even though Fred Savage was on to executive produce and everything, and then I saw like a preview of it, and I was just like, okay, well, I'll at least check it out now, But yeah, as of right now, I don't have a favorite current TV show. Nothing that like I watch currently. I don't really. What's it called? It's called The Wonder Years. That's what they're calling it, The Wonder Years. I love Boy Meets World more. Boy Meets World is good, but oh my God, let me tell you guys this. Listen, Boy Meets World is great, but here's the thing. Don't ever marathon that show. Don't ever sit down and be like, I'm going to watch all the episodes back to back to back. Don't ever do that, because I think I got the flu one time, or I got like a really bad cold that like I was in bed for like fucking 4 days or some shit. So I had the first 3 seasons, and I still have the first 3 seasons of Boy Meets World. I don't have the rest of them. So I was like, you know what? Fuck, I'm stuck in bed. I'm gonna finally watch these Boy Meets World. I watched season 1, episode 1, all the way through season 3, and like the fucking slew of plot holes and continuity errors in this fucking show is just mind-boggling. You know, like, oh God, don't ever watch it back to back. It's fine if you want to watch episodes here and there and such like that, or like take a break between seasons and such like that. Don't ever marathon it like I did. Because, like, oh my God, the continuity and the fucking, oh my God, it was horrendous. You know, like character traits and characters who are there, then they're not there, then they're gone again. And I'm not just talking about Morgan, you know. I'll binge a few at a time. See, that's perfect right there. Yeah, binge a few at a time and shit like that. Don't ever watch like fucking 3 seasons in a row in 4 days, man, because like fuck, oh my God. At least like with a show like Saved by the Bell, at least like you know, fuck, it's supposed to be stupid. We all know it's supposed to be stupid. You know, no one really tunes into Saved by the Bell for continuity. If we tuned in to Saved by the Bell for continuity, I think fucking episode like, I don't know, maybe somewhere in season fucking 2, we would have watched Zach Morris's funeral. Were you a fan of Game of Thrones? I was not. Around I think season 2 is when people are like, oh my God, Game of Thrones, man, Game of fucking Thrones, Game of Thrones and shit. People were fucking tattooing it into their fucking skulls and shit. I was like, let me see what this is all about and shit. And my introduction to fucking Game of Thrones was a scene called The Red Wedding. And I watched this scene, and even though I had no idea about these characters, I had no idea what the fuck was going on, I was just like, what the fuck? What kind of show is this? People are being slaughtered, pregnant women are being gutted, and fucking wolves are being killed. And like, I'm like, what the shit is going on here? Listen, I can put up with a lot of fucking shit in my movies and my fucking TV shows and shit like that. But like, listen, if I look at something, there's 2 things, man. If I look at something and say that's too much for me or that's not healthy, take that shit to the bank. Okay? And for me, Game of Thrones, that was like, that's too much for me. I'm done. You know, and then the other time, apparently I heard like they burned this character at the stake. Like that's all I kept hearing about. Oh, they burned her at the stake. They burned her at the stake. So I typed it in because I had no idea. I typed it in. I didn't realize this character was like 9. I was like, they straight up fucking burned a 9-year-old girl at the stake. Like, what fucking kind of show is this? You know, it was bizarre, man. The little dragon skin girl. Artist, I got Arya Stark's face tattooed on my face. Although I will say the fucking the one chick is hot in the show. The fucking the mother of dragons or whatever her fucking name is, Daenerys Targaryen or whatever her name is. I don't know what her fucking name is. But if I ever were to try and sit down and watch this show again, it would probably be only for her. You know? Ever watch The Sopranos or Breaking Bad? Sopranos, no. Amelia Clarkson. No, I know that's a real name, but I'm kind of having like a fucking Harley Quinn complex here where like I could give a fuck less about Margot Robbie, but I love Harley Quinn. And that's how I kind of feel about that. I could give a fuck less about Amelia Clarkson, but like I love that. I love the way that character looks. You know what I'm saying? Sopranos, no. She was the villain in the end. That's what I've heard. I heard about that. I heard that's what made people like really start hating the show towards the end. And Breaking Bad, yes, I've seen all of Breaking Bad. Fucking loved it. I've been wanting to revisit it, but to me, Breaking Bad is just one of those shows where like it's kind of like a really good movie where I'm just like, I've seen it. I really enjoyed this movie. I have no fucking desire to revisit it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to watch Breaking Bad again, but I don't either. You know? I will say, believe it or not, one of my favorite moments in Breaking Bad is when fucking what's his name? fucking his brother, Walter White's brother. I can't remember his name. The guy played by Norris. What's his name? Ed Norris or what's his name? I know his last name's Norris. But like when he's sitting on the shitter and he's reading the book, and it flashes back to that episode 1, episode where it's just like, oh, WW, who do you think that is? Woodrow Wilson, Willy Wonka, Walter White. He's like, ha, you got me. And then it just clicks in his brain like, oh, fuck. That's like my favorite fucking thing of the whole series right there. I know a lot of people will go like, oh, Gus is killing. You know, Gus's killing was the fucking best scene, which great scene. Don't get me wrong. You know, that was the best scene of the, but like that moment right there, for some reason, I've always loved that moment where like dude is sitting on the shitter and he opens the book again and it flashes back to that episode 1 and like, ha, you got me. And it's just like, oh God, it's so good. So good. I love that fucking moment. Sometimes I'll just look up that moment and watch it on YouTube. Do you collect movies? I do. I watched Gilmore Girls almost every day last year. I haven't watched Gilmore Girls in a while, dude. I gotta get back on that one, man. I kissed Dean and I shoplifted. Season 1, episode 4, man. I definitely collect TV shows, which brings us to our other sponsor. You know, there's 9 people watching. You can go over to fanmadedvd.com or hardtofindtv.com. Get yourself some hard-to-find TV shows like this right here, this Clueless TV show, the complete series right here. You can go over there, get this slapped on DVD or Blu-ray for that matter. You can go over there and let them know Artist sent you. You'll save 15%. And of course, if you go over to their website and you don't see anything you want, you look at all their thousands of TV shows that they offer, and you for some reason see something you don't want, you can email them and say, hey, I want this show. And they'll find it for you, slap it on DVD or Blu-ray for a great price. Like they did this right here. They didn't have this at first. They had to go out and find this for me and hook a brother up and shit like this. But just let them know that Artist sent you. You'll save 15%. And so yes, I do collect TV shows. You know, and as I like to say, if hardtofindtv.com or FanMade DVD don't have it, you don't need it. That's a good aisle. I know. I forgot what aisle it was, though. Oh, my God. Which aisle did you kiss him in? Oh, fuck. What aisle was it? She was like, what aisle was it? And she says the aisle. She's like, oh, that's a good aisle. Fuck, I forgot it, though. Oh, shit. I can't remember it, man. And I'll catch Blue Bloods on TV when your mom watches it, yeah. Did you ever watch the Kenny? I didn't like Kenny versus Spenny, man. I couldn't get into that one, man. That's one thing I miss about Comedy Central, man. Comedy Central used to have some fucking, was it Bug Spray? No, I don't think it was Bug Spray. I don't know. You would know better than me. You've rewatched that show more than probably fucking Amy Sherman Palladino, man. You know? But Kenny versus Spenny, I didn't fucking dig, man. But I like a lot of those early fucking 2000s fucking Comedy Central shows, man. Like fucking one I would really like to own via fan-made DVD or hard-to-find TV when they're not so busy is fucking Strip Mall. Strip Mall was like, oh God, that was like my show, man. It was like a parody of fucking soap operas and shit. Fucking loved it. You watch cartoons at all? I do. That's bugging me now, man. No pun intended. That's bugging me. Hold on. Gilmore Girls Kiss. No. First. No. Fuck. Seven. Okay. What are we doing here? 8. What are we doing? Are you an NBA or NFL fan? Not so much the NBA. I will tune in on NFL. I'll watch the highlights and such. Aisle 3, is that what it was? That's what it was. Okay. What aisle was it? Aisle 3. That's a good aisle. Soup. Okay. I will watch the NFL highlights. I just didn't watch them last year because I couldn't do the empty arena / cardboard people shit. I couldn't do that. So and plus after that fucking whole Green Bay field goal fiasco. Oh my god. Don't even get me started on that fucking bullshit. Oh my god. That's what Lane said. Oh yeah, because she told Lorelai too. Was that against Tampa? Yes. Oh my god, I'm a Green Bay fan too. So, like, you know, for the non-football fans in here, you know, you can drown this out for a couple of seconds, but this needs to be said. But John, for that game, when they kicked that field goal with like 2 minutes left, I was confused at first. I was just like, why are they kicking a fucking field goal? But then I was like, okay, wait a minute. Maybe it makes sense if they're going to kick an offside kick. If they kick an offside kick and recover the ball, then I'm like, okay, then fine. It all worked out and shit like that. But then when they did the kickoff and they fucking just kicked the ball clear across the field, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Who the fuck is calling these plays? They pretty much just said, here, Tampa, you can go to the Super Bowl. Fuck our Super Bowl. We don't want to go. That's pretty much what they did when they kicked that ball across the field. Like, I didn't get it. You know, I just didn't understand it. And I'm not a big football watcher, but like, I'm pretty sure that was stupid. And like, I messaged my friend Justice, who I've mentioned before, who is mentioned quite a bit in my book, Stories No One Asked For. I'm just a plug machine tonight. And like, you know, he's a bigger football guy than I am. But like, when I came to him and said all this, he was just like, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you're right. Because, like, oh my god, I just couldn't believe that, man. I was just like, who the fuck? The field goal, they could have recovered the field goal nonsense if they would have kicked an offside kick, or at least attempted an offside kick. Like, I know kicking an offside kick doesn't guarantee you the ball back, you know, but like, it would have made a lot more sense if they went for one, you know, but they didn't. Anyway, all right, I'm done with that rant. Great book title, Stories No One Asked For. Yep. It was originally, there's a wrestler I like called JTG, and he wrote a book called Damn, Why'd I Write This Book? So I was kind of like parodying that. It was called, what was the original title? It was, Shit, Why Did I Tell These Stories? I think that was the original working title for it. And then I changed it to something else that I can't even remember. And then I eventually landed on Stories No One Asked For. And then, you know, last year I kind of went through some shit and people on the internet were giving me shit. So I almost changed the fucking title to Candy and Funny Stories. And the whole cover was going to be different. So like, as you see here, and I want you guys to know that the cover I envisioned here, nothing what I did. My quote unquote artist took an artistic liberty with this, but I ended up liking it. But when the title of the book at one time for like fucking 3 days was Candy and Funny Stories, it was going to be me in the back of a van. Like, it was going to be me in the back of a van, like going down the street. So imagine like a van here, like kind of like in the center with like a city background and everything. So like a van here going down the street, throwing out books to little kids. And it was going to be called Candy and Funny Stories, just to fuck with the fucking trolls on the internet. But some people kind of talked me out of that. They're just like, I really wouldn't do that if I were you. I was like, yeah, but it'd be like a nice little fuck you to them. Like, I get it, but don't. And I was like, all right, fair enough. I even have like the sketches and shit for the for that. I may still have one around here somewhere. Jeffrey, the half human girl, hey, we want some questions. We want some of your questions for the podcast. Get on that. We only have 5 questions for the podcast. There's 10 people in here, man. Good call. No, see, I still wanted to do it, though. They talked me out of it, but I still wanted to do it because, I mean, when you have a group of people calling you a fucking pedophile and sex offender and fucking rapist and shit with no basis of information and shit, and then they were claiming on top of all that, they're like, you're not even writing a book. I'm like, of all shit that I could lie to you about, why would writing a book be one of them? You know? So I was like, fuck it. I'm going to name it fucking Candy and Funny Stories. You know, and I was at fucking Pizza Hut one day, and we have like index cards and shit, you know, in case something fucks up. So like I grabbed an index card and I just started fucking sketching what this fucking cover would look like. And I was like, all right, we'd have the city background here, we'd have the van, we would have me like one of those vans that slide open and shit. We'd have that and shit like that. Fucking throwing out books to children, and children be running after the van, kind of like an ice cream truck type of thing and shit, you know. And I was just like, that's genius right there. You know, and I forgot who it was, but who fucking talked me out of it? I can't remember. There was 2 people I know that talked me out of it. You know, have you had many book sales? I did on the first edition. I did a limited run of 35 copies, and I think I'm down to 7. But Jax, that was my defense. They're just like, well, I wouldn't do that. I was like, no, because it'd be like a fuck you to them. Because they didn't even believe there was a book coming. You know what I'm saying? So, I really wanted to do it. This cover was actually supposed to be akin to that van with kids running down the street. Because the actual cover was supposed to be stories, you know, stories no one asked for. So, stories no one asked for. And it was supposed to be supposedly this dude right here running after somebody with a book while that person like runs away. Like, no, I don't want to hear your stories. Stories no one asked for. I thought it was a very visual thing, but this is what I got back, this cover here. And I was like, you know what? I like that. I'm going to roll with it. The only thing that was different was this book was originally orange, and I didn't like that it was orange because I thought it clashed with the background and such like that. So I was like, can you change the book to a different color? And I got the proof back that it was yellow, so I was just like, we got ourselves a cover, you know? So. Nice. Yeah. Cover is cool. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I mean, don't thank me. But my friend April did it. She just kind of whipped it up. You know, I kind of posted on Facebook that I need a cover because the book was, in my eyes, the book was done. Come to find out, it was littered with fucking typos and shit like that. But she was just like, "What kind of cover are you looking for?" And I told her what I was looking for, and that's what I got back. And I was like, "Cool, how much you want for it?" She was like, "I don't care. What do you think's fair?" I'm like, "That doesn't really help me." I'm like, "What I think is fair is $1, but I don't think you're gonna take $1." You know, she was just like, "Whatever you want to pay me is fine." I was like, 25, okay? And she was like, "Yeah, 25 is cool." I was like, "All right, awesome." You know? Okay, I'm gonna hop off since you're about to wrap it up. I don't know if I'm about to wrap it up, man. That should, you know, depends on, you know, 8 people watching and shit. I got nothing to do tonight and shit. If people keep going, shit, I'll keep going, man. But if you want to hop off, you can hop off too. That's cool. Thanks for the distraction. Back to my sadness. Okay, hey, if you want to go back to your sadness instead of looking at all of this. Oh, sorry you were sad, Jax. Artist, if you like the ending to The Mist, you should watch Arlington Road. Oh, really? Yeah, because yeah, I never did finish that earlier. Yeah, like Baby Mama hated that. Like I liked movies that just, I'm gonna watch more till I fall asleep. Good night. Alrighty, night, Jax. Um, so she used to hate that I like movies that just ended on such a down note and shit. Like I remember when we watched we watched the movie Gravity with Clooney and fucking Bullock. And like it's a good movie. I will say Gravity was a good movie. I enjoyed it and shit. But I was like, you know what? The real baller ending would be Sandra Bullock almost makes it back to fucking Earth and then she just blows up in the atmosphere or some shit like that. Or just something like that. Like she almost makes it back to Earth and just doesn't make it. I think that'd been the better ending. I mean, come on, like logistically, what are the fucking odds that her and Clooney would go to space and Clooney drifts off into fucking space, he fucked up and drifts off into space, and then she would make it back to Earth on her own? Like, really? So, like, I was just like, oh, please, please let her die in the end. And Baby Mama was just like, why are you rooting for that? I was like, because it's going to be different. If she fucking makes it to the end of this movie, it's the same typical fucking movie I've always seen. You know? What about 2017 Life? You seen that? No, I haven't seen that one either. My movie watching's really gone down since the kid too. Like before the kid, man, oh shit, man, I watched like fuck tons of movie. But then ever since the kid and shit and the breakup and when I moved back here, even my movie watching's been down and shit. Every now and then I'll watch. Like I think like the most recent movie I bought was fucking Willy's Wonderland, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed Willy's Wonderland. No, not true. Which one came out first? Whatever one came out latest, Freaky or fucking Willy's Wonderland, whatever one of those came out. The latest is the most latest movie I bought. Or just I mean, don't get me wrong, I like a good happy ending and shit like that. Favorite Nick Cage movie, Willy's Wonderland. Simple as that. I mean, like I like a good happy ending in a movie, I should say. But like sometimes it's just sometimes it's just so unbelievable. Like stay with me on this, okay? But I doubt you guys are the you had 2 Burger King bags. Oh yeah, I never did talk about the health update. I'll get to that in a minute. Well, long story short, I might need open heart surgery. Hey, there you go. But like, I doubt you guys are like the Hannah Montana movie watching crowd. But for those of you who don't know, the end of the Hannah Montana movie is her revealing to her whole fucking city that she's born in that, hey guys, I'm Hannah Montana and I'm Miley Stewart. Oh, gasp and shit. Okay. So it's just like, oh, okay, well, shit. But then she's like, well, I guess I can't be Hannah no more. See you later. But then the whole town's just like, no, wait, fuck, no, we won't tell nobody. And she's like, oh, okay, cool, I'll be Hannah again. And I'm just like, listen. That's where I get the term fucking Disney ending from. Because, like, realistically, there's a girl out there living a double life as a fucking pop star and a normal girl and shit like that. If that girl did what she did in that fucking movie, there's no way in hell that entire fuck town would keep that secret after that. So that's why, I tend to like movies that kind of drift in a different direction, I like Nick Cage and Face Off. What? Are you serious about the heart surgery? LOL, you just casually say I might need open heart surgery. Damn. Well, I mean, just to say I got it into the title. I mean, yeah, I had a doctor's appointment today, and like for the last few days, I was having like a really weird like pain in my chest, and it was kind of, I guess you could say, it was kind of serendipitous that I had my appointment today with the heart doctor. So they're just like, okay, so let's do an EKG on you, which I was like, oh boy, that's always a good thing to hear. So they do the EKG, and then they were really reaming home like, fucking, do you smoke? I was like, no. You know, like I was asked 4 times in this whole appointment, do I smoke? You know, I'm like, no, I don't smoke. So they're like, can you describe the pain to me? I was like, yeah, it's kind of like here, and it shoots up to my neck. It's kind of like a kink in the neck type of pain, shit like that. And she was just like, okay, do you smoke? I'm like, what the fuck? No, I don't smoke. You know? So damn, man, we need you, bro. Please don't die on us. Well, we're all gonna go someday. Shit, go tell that to 4chan. Fuck. So she comes in there, my nurse practitioner or doctor, whatever you want. I call nurse practitioners doctors because, I mean, shit, they're essentially doing the same fuck thing. So my doctor comes in, and she's just like, okay, so you won't die, heart attack. Heart attack, maybe though. Well, yeah. Well, my dad died of a heart attack, so the cards are there, you know. So she comes in and she was just like, so we might need to do, I forgot what it's called. But it's where they go in through either your arm or your fucking groin and inject dye into you and fucking see if there's any blockage or anything like that. Oh shit, I'll do it years ago, dude. 89, dude. No big deal. See if there's any blockage, and like that just took me back. I was just like, how the fuck do you just, like, the way y'all just felt about me just saying fucking, oh yeah, I might need open heart surgery. That's the way she kind of just threw it out into the room. Was just like, yeah, so we might need to do that. I'm like, well, huh? You know? So, and she was just like, and if we find anything there, we might be able to give you medicine for it. We might be able to put a stent in right then and there if it's something that needs to be a stent. Or we might just need to do, might need to open you up and do this and that. I mean, that's a rare one, but it is a possibility, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, and they're just like, so what do you want to do? I was like, honestly, that's not a decision I can make in this room right now, you know? And they're just like, well, looking at your EKG looks great. I mean, it's actually better than the last EKG we gave you. And I was just like, okay. And they're just, I'm like, if this is like a problem that persists, can I give you guys a call? And they're just like, yeah. And I was like, okay, so I'm gonna, essentially scout this problem out and see what happens here. Oh, damn, Stamp. My dad's friend had one, but he's 65. We just want to take a little quick inside of your heart. I know, right? That's the way I felt, man. I was just like, damn, bro. Like usually after a doctor's appointment, I fucking, I make my next appointment and I'm just like, all right, peace, leave and shit. This is the first time ever I like left the office and shit, and I had like a little chair outside of the office, and I had to sit down and like just take the shit in for a second because I was just like, whew, boy, that tripped me out and shit, and that tripped me out even worse than when like I was having like this fucking shit going on in my stomach, and they're just like, all right, well, we're gonna do an endoscopy or a bioscopy to see if maybe it's a possible cancer. I was fucking less worried about that than I was this. Don't get me wrong, I was worried about cancer. But this one, I didn't have to fucking take a sit break or anything for that one. This one, before I left the fucking like hospital and shit, I was like, I gotta sit down and like take a break and shit. I gotta fucking, I gotta take this shit in for a minute, man. Because that shit tripped me out. I wouldn't make that decision. Yeah, I couldn't make it in that room. There was no way. Seriously, bro. Hope it all works out for you. Don't need surgery and all prayers for you. Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate it, man. Hopefully, I don't need it either. But like I said, I'm gonna see if the problem persists. If it does persist, then I probably will have to do it. It's a scary fucking thing, but But that's the one thing that she said that was promising. She was just like, well, your EKG looks better than the last one we took. And I was just like, oh, okay. Perfect. Well, not perfect. Yeah, man, try and stay safe. You seem cool. I try. Again, go tell 4chan that. But, whatever. Yes, artist is a very cool and genuine, funny guy. Well, again, I try. Yeah, I usually wrap up at 11 and shit, man. Here it is, 11:07, thinking like, oh shit, they're gonna keep me going and shit tonight. And then y'all clam up on me and shit. We start talking about fucking heart surgery and shit, and you guys fucking get all real and shit on me. What's the most recent movie you watched? I've been watching this movie called Funhouse from Magnet Entertainment. I just haven't finished it yet. So far, so good. It's kind of like Saw meets The Purge meets what's the fucking one movie? I guess Hostel would be like the best one to it. Yeah, you done summed us up and shit. Trust me, if I can get away to fucking go live before fucking biting the big one, I'll do it. Trust me. I'll be on that fucking bed like, give me a laptop. I will have the first fucking like planned death. Well, I guess suicide would be planned death, but like y'all know what I'm saying. I don't know if I would want to see that. Oh, I'm pretty sure 4chan would. 4chan would be like, thank God that bitch is dead. What wrestler would you like to meet and talk to in heaven first? Chris Benoit. What's up with you and 4chan? Oh boy. There's not enough time. Ask him why he murdered his family. No, the joke is that okay. The joke is that why would I be meeting Benoit in heaven? No, that was the joke there. But I think honestly, like okay, if there is a heaven and I get to go and wrestlers are there, man, I don't even know, man. If he's there, Ravishing Rick Rude. I would love to just bomb into heaven and there's Rick Rude. Like, what I need is for all you fat, sweaty, sweat hog angels to keep your mouths closed while I take my robe off. That'd be the most baller thing in heaven ever, man. Nicole Simpson, did OJ murder you? Be like, nah, bitch, it was Kato Caitlin. Oh, shit. I just watched Rick Rude versus Flair Fall Brawl 93 today. Great match. Rude was great. Yeah, Rude's a. Oh, you know, no, you know what? Dino Bravo. He's one of those old school guys I really like. This Dino Bravo. Like, I think Dino Bravo is like an old school guy that doesn't get a lot of credit. You know, I really like, even when I was a kid, when I used to watch like old wrestling tapes and shit, I would see his work, and I would be really impressed with his stuff when I was a kid. You know, so Dino Bravo would be a cool one to meet. That actually reminds me, I actually need a fucking vintage pick of the week for this week's show. Tomorrow's the 15th. And Dino had a pretty, yeah. Yeah, Dino was murdered and shit. Do I believe in aliens as in little green men? No. Do I believe that we're the only beings in the galaxy? No. There has to be something else out there. Ghost? Yeah, totally. Yeah. Which hopefully that's like a fucking choice you get to make when you're dead. Like, do you want to come to heaven or do you just want to be a ghost? Like, oh, dude, ghost, man. Like, sign me up for ghost. Okay, there's a waiting list though. Okay. That will be my vintage pick of the week. I want to believe in ghosts. I love watching ghost shows, but no paranormal experiences. Your phone ghost stories, but yeah. I should. Oh yeah, I think it is locked. I mean, I do have the original video that I made on that. Like, not the phone moving, but like the story that I told and shit. Yeah, go around and fuck with people. Oh yeah. Well, maybe not even fuck with people. Just like a cool way to just stick around on Earth. You know, it's kind of like Casper. You know, Casper got to live in a big fucking mansion and shit. You know, and shit like that after he was dead. You know. Yeah, phone story. Yeah, I told this story like a couple weeks ago, but long story short, I had a phone while I was living with baby mama, and it fell off this this fucking shelf, and I was like, that's weird. So I picked it up, put it back on the shelf to charge, and baby mama went to the bathroom. I'm watching TV. Next thing I know, I see the phone just move by itself, just fucking move, and it fucking freaked me out, man. I was like, whoa, you know, and after I calmed down, I kind of went into like ghost hunting mode, which I was just like, all right, let's debunk. There has to be a reason why that phone moved. Okay. No one called me. It's not on vibrate. So there goes that. So I walked past the shelf numerous times. I jumped up and down next to the shelf. I fucking jiggled the fucking shelf. I did everything to the shelf that could possibly recreate that movement, and nothing I did could recreate it and shit. So it was creepy. It was to the point where like baby mom was like, "I'm not sleeping in this room tonight." I was like, "I am," because I want to see what the fuck happens. You know. Sometimes I dream about walking around a big, scary, empty mansion. It's always the same. Like I said before, I've always wanted to go to Waverly Hills Sanatorium. That's where I would like to go. Waverly Hills Sanatorium, baby. Okay, wire me the money to go, and I'll go. PayPal, Venmo, Cash App in the description down below. I'll wait. Yeah, that topic changed real quick. Menace to Society or Boys in the Hood? Boys in the Hood, definitely. I think it's in Kentucky. Yeah, we figured that out one night. Yeah, it's in Kentucky. I'm like, yeah, John, send the money. And you're like, so, Menace to Society or Boys to the Hood, right? I'll mail it to you next millennium, man. You do that. I'll be waiting. I just think, I understand that rated R movies can be vulgar, they can be violent, they can be graphic and shit like that. But I think Menace to Society really, really pushes that fucking edge. I think it pushes it just a little too hard, in my opinion. I think even for a rated R, quote unquote, hood movie, gangster movie, whatever you want to call it, I just think it's a little too graphic, a little too gratuitous, I guess would be the best word to use for it. And I know Boys in the Hood has some of the same themes as Menace to Society, but I think Boys in the Hood is the better of the two. But Boys in the Hood is more rewatchable than Menace to Society, in my opinion. That's reality. It was hailed for its realism. I know, and that's that's part of the reason why I can't watch. That's why I can't stand the movie Schindler's List. In all honesty, because I'm like, here's fucking Steven Spielberg, master fucking director, and I just think I understand what happened in real World War II and the Holocaust and everything was was real. I get that. But I think this master fucking director, Steven Spielberg, could have figured out a better way to visualize what the Jewish community went through than what was graphically shown in Schindler's List. Like I don't need to see up close shots of people being executed. It's one thing when it's all fucking pretend and shit. Like I can sit there and watch Freddy and Jason fight and blood and shit. Fucking that's a good time because there is no Freddy, there is no Jason and shit to our knowledge. But like, shit like the Holocaust, that shit happened and shit. I don't want to see fucking the Jewish community, people who are based on real people, be shot in the head in front of me in a film. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. People fucking hail that movie as a fucking classic and shit. And I do believe Spielberg's overrated. I completely fucking 100% agree with you. To me, Spielberg has like, to me, the only Spielberg movie I can really sit back and watch and be like, this is a fucking baller ass movie from start to finish every time I fucking watch it. And that's Catch Me If You Can. Like E.T. is one of those movies that like I have seen so many times as a kid and growing up and shit that like the magic of that movie is dead. Same with Wizard of Oz. Like my kid just got recently into Wizard of Oz, which I'm just like, oh Christ. But like it's just, oh my God, the magic of those movies are dead. Yeah, when I was a kid, Wizard of Oz was a cool movie. Oh my God, yeah, Dorothy, she goes fucking Oz and fucking all this shit. And just, now it's just like, oh my God, I don't fucking care. Because I'm sorry, but that fucking Glinda the Good Witch, man. Glinda the Good Witch. Think about that. Okay? Um, Why didn't she just tell her to put the fucking slippers on and click her fucking heels right then and there? No, she wanted her to go do her fucking dirty work, then told her the fucking secret to the slippers, which I thought was a fucking bitch move. You know, so the magic of that movie's fucking dead. E.T. I saw so many fucking times that I just don't fucking care anymore. Fuck that alien. The ending, if they would have did a re-release of that movie, instead of the guns being walkie-talkies, where at the end they just fucking shoot E.T. in the back of the fucking head, I would have loved it. I would have said, given an Academy Award right then and there. Jurassic Park. I like Jurassic Park, but again, to me, it's like, yeah, it's a good movie, but I don't need to revisit it. You know, I don't need to go back and watch it again. And I can't really say anything about Jaws because I've never watched the whole movie all the way through. I've seen like famous parts of it and shit like that, so I really can't say anything about Jaws. I'm a Wizard of Oz lunatic, but I mean, it's true. Fucking, she shows up in Oz, the fucking house falls on the witch, and all of a sudden the shoes are on Dorothy's feet, and she's like, oh, fuck, I have these shoes and shit. What the fuck is this all about? Here comes fucking Glinda the Good Witch down in a bubble dog. Hopefully you get that fucking reference. And she's just like, what am I doing here? What is this place? She's like, well, we wish to welcome you to Munchkin. And it's like, fucking like, huh? Like, this bitch has no idea what's going on. Okay? So then Glinda the Good Witch is just like, well, you got to go kill that other witch now. She's pissed. You know? Yeah, but I want to get home. Yeah, but you have to go kill that other witch first. And she's like, fuck. So then on the way, she meets like fucking a scarecrow, fucking Tin Man, and a gay lion. You know? Don't fucking, no. That guy, he's a queen if I've ever seen one. Okay? Then they get their ass all the way to fucking Emerald City and shit. She fucking kills the witch. You know? And then it's just like, oh, shit. By the way, click your heels together. It'll take you right home and shit. Like, do you know the shit that I just went through? Like, fucking, I had a bitch throw fire at me. I had to hang out with a gay lion. I went through a poppy field that almost killed me. And you're just now telling me about that? I could have did that when the fucking house fell on that whore. Yeah, stupid Princess Toadstool looking bitch. Like, fuck that movie. Done with it. Oh, he's a gay lion. He's a fucking queen if I've ever seen one. Put him up. He's a fucking gay lion. Favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie? Jingle All the Way. You remind me of Ernie Hudson. Ernie Hudson's character in Leviathan. You watch Leviathan? That rant was hilarious. I mean, it's true. I mean, shit. I'm not saying anything that isn't true. Shit. $19.99 free on YouTube. Must. Oh! I think I know what movie you're talking about. I think what movie one just picked it up. Like, at least like Willy Wonka, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the one with Gene Wilder. I see the flaws in that movie, but like I can still get down to that fucking movie. You know, because I love how fucking people try and defend every aspect of that fucking movie when I tell them they're wrong. I'm like, y'all do realize that Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is one of the greatest fucking horror movies ever made, right? And people are like, it's not a horror movie, it's a children's movie. I'm like, no. Have you met what movie won in real life? No, we just met online. Willy Wonka's a children's movie. I'm like, no, it's not. Really think about that for a minute. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is not a children's movie. If you really break down everything. Just sit there for a minute and think about your childhood and just watch it vanish. John Wooden, artist, was in Wet Movies, Out and About Movies. I was. Both of them. The original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the children movie, because there's no blood. Well, there's no blood in fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, but that's a fucking horror movie. Plus, Willy Wonka is one of the most evilest people in the world, and nobody fucking sees it. I mean, listen. Willy Wonka hides from everybody. All right, I think I'm going to do this little fucking rant. I'm going to piece on out of here. But Willy Wonka hides from everybody. All right, he kind of keeps to himself, which that's fine. I'd say, okay, you fucking keep to yourself. But there's a reason he's keeping to himself. Okay, one, he's a fucking slave owner. Okay. All right, he went to Oompa Land or wherever the fuck it was, and he stole all the Oompa Loompas. Yeah, he says that, oh, he was saving them from there. Yeah, okay, like we saved the black people from Africa. Come on. All right. He has them living in a factory where people are just like, but Halloween has nudity, not for kids. Where, yeah, and people want to defend it as like, oh, well, they get to live in the factory and shit. I'm like, yeah, but do they ever get to go anywhere else? You don't ever see the fucking Oompa Loompas running around town and shit, do you? Willy Wonka's a fucking slave owner. Okay? You know? Then on top of that, he finds a clever way to invite 5 children to his factory. Okay? Which, this is when shit gets even more dark, in my opinion. Okay? So he gets the 5 children in his factory, and now we don't know this at the time, but in the back of his fucking head, he's going to give the factory to one of these children. All right? And my theory is, I don't know if you want to agree with this, but my theory is that when he met all the children, he originally wanted to give the factory to Mike TV. Oompa Loompas are creepy looking. Hang out. I'm sorry. He wanted to give the factory to Mike TV. Why, you might ask? All right, let's take a look at the song, If You Want to View Paradise, Simply Look Around and View It. That song right there. Who is he attached to a lot in that song? Mike TV. Fucking prickling at his hair and shit and fucking, I'm just like, you're hanging out a little too close to Mike there, buddy. So, I think he originally wanted to give the factory to Mike. I think he had some kind of weird attachment to Mike TV for some reason. But there's a wrench thrown in that plan later. I'll get to that. So after Augustus bites the fucking big one in the Chocolate River, okay, they go on a fucking boat, which, okay, boat in a Chocolate River, fine, whatever. You're an eccentric dude. I can buy that. But on top of that, you built a fucking... Okay, let's forget the fact that he built a chocolate factory with a chocolate waterfall and a fucking room where everything's edible and shit like that. Okay? Let's break this down. Let me go fucking Clerks on you and shit. You have to think. He fucking had to hire somebody to help him with this, right? But on top of hiring somebody to help him build a fucking room where everything's edible, a fucking chocolate river, and a chocolate waterfall, he on top of that was sitting there and was just like, this room needs something else, man. I want to have a boat that goes down a river. And whoever he hired for this job is just like, okay, Wonk. And he calls him Wonk. Okay, Wonk, we can make that happen. He's like, yeah, but also I want it to be able to go down a tunnel. And when it goes down this tunnel, I want the most horrific fucking images imaginable to happen. And whoever the fuck he hired to build this was just like, I guess. All right. So they fucking built it. And that's what he wanted in here. Why? I don't know. Because he's fucking nuts. That's fucking why. Okay? So, artists, have you ever been in any fist fights? Yes. So, we get to, who bites the big one next? Wonk. So, who bites the big one? Veruca. Veruca Salt bites it next. Okay? Which, I mean, ironic that it was a piece of gum. Almost seems like it was planned that way. And notice how when each kid bites it, he's not fucking overly urgent about it. Help, she's filling up with fucking juice. Oh, please, help, stop, 911. Notice how fucking urgent he is with that shit. You know? Like, he's not very urgent with this. So I think he had some of this shit planned out in advance. Like, he knew he had a gum chewer coming, so he had a gum set up. He knew she was going to take it. Boom. She took the fucking gum. She took the quote unquote bait. Boom. Axes her. So that's 2 kids already he's killed. And I'm going by the movie, not the book, because in the book, we find out later that the kids do make it out of the factory, but in the movie, we never see them fuckers again. So that's 2 kids he's already killed right there. All right. So now who's next? Okay. Charlie. Charlie was supposed to be the next victim. Okay. And I say that because they went to the fizzy lifting drink room. Okay, what happened in the fizzy lifting drink room? They waited for Wonk and the other ones to go away. Him and Grandpa Joe took a sip, and they started floating towards the fucking ceiling, which had a fucking fan in it for some reason. Okay? Wonka expected Charlie and Grandpa Joe to die right there. He did not expect them to figure out the burp to get back on the ground. Why do you think when they showed up in the Golden Goose Room, he didn't acknowledge them? Like, they showed back up, they'd be like, hey, yeah, we're back. And, like, you just see Wonka staring at the fucking Golden Goose like they're marvelous, aren't they? Like, he doesn't say, like, oh, where you guys been? Where'd you go? Fucking, no, he was just like, yeah, they're marvelous, aren't they? He expected them to be dead by then. Okay? So that's how, that furthers my fucking Mike TV fucking theory all right there. Is that he originally wanted to give the fucking factory to Mike TV because, you know. So then, Veruca Salt, right? That's who I'm on. Yeah, Veruca. She bites it, which, again, perfectly planned thing there. How he knew the song and dance was coming and she would end up on the scale beats me. Blind luck, I guess. Boom, down the chute she goes. Boom, that's another kid he's fucking killed because that chute could be an incinerator. It could not be, according to Wonka, but go figure. So now we're at a conundrum here because he still has Charlie and he still has Mike. If Charlie were dead by now, Mike would have himself a new factory and shit like that. So now we're into the quote unquote final room of this fucking hell, which was where they take a giant fucking chocolate bar, put it into 1,000,000 pieces and put it in and make it smaller and shit. This was supposed to be the fucking like glass elevator moment for Mike. Because by this point, Wonka thought Charlie was dead. Veruca's dead. Just him and Mike now. Like, look what you can do with television because this is your thing. Fucking TV's your shit and everything. Boom. You know? And guess what? Factory's yours too. Peace. I'm out of here. You know? But he still had Charlie. So when fucking Mike shrunk himself again, like he knew he fucked up. He was like, no, please stop. Don't. Like, he couldn't stop him. So boom. Mike, possibly still alive. Don't know how much longer he could have lived at that size, but I'm going to claim him as alive. So still only 3 bodies on Wonka's count. Now he still has Charlie left. Okay. And that's not who he originally wanted to give the factory to. He wanted to give it to Mike TV. That's why he was just like, you get nothing. You lose. You stole. How do you know he stole the fucking fizzy lifting drink? How do you know they bumped into the ceiling? That now has to be washed. How do you know that if he wasn't in the room? Because he set it up for them to die. He knew that they were going to take the fizzy lifting drink. He knew they were going to go into the ceiling and be chopped up in the fucking fan. That was his plan all along. But he did not anticipate them figuring out the burp to get them back on the ground. That's how he knew they bumped into the ceiling. That's how he knew that he stole the fizzy lifting drink. Okay? So, now he shows him the big fucking glass elevator. Which I'm just like, Why? Okay. Well, glass elevator, which fine. Okay, he already has like a fucking death tunnel in his fucking factory. Why not a glass elevator? So he's like, I pressed all these buttons. They can go diagonal this way, fucking whatever. I press, you know, he's already giving him the fucking factory and shit. Like fucking, he's like, fine, whatever. You're the last kid left. I'm gonna give it to you. Fine, whatever. Shit. You know, he's got to do something. He can't live forever. You know. So he gets in the glass elevator and he's like, I've pressed all these buttons except for one. And it's the fucking red button. Now, according to Wonka, he doesn't know what's going to happen. This was his failsafe. You know? Yeah, shit, I'll give it to Charlie. Shit. This was his last way out. He was going to kill all of them. He was going to kill himself, Grandpa Joe, and Charlie. Because why would you have this button set, a big glass elevator, to shoot through a fucking glass ceiling? I'm sorry, but that just sounds like a recipe for death there. And then again, Wonka's plans were foiled when somehow this fucking big glass elevator of death somehow made it through the glass ceiling without breaking. And now they're just floating over the fucking town that they live in, which how they're steering the goddamn thing is beyond me. I don't even think Wonka thought that fucking far ahead. You know, how they got down is beyond me. I think that could be the real ending of Willy Wonka. That the fucking elevator crashes and they're dead somewhere, you know? But that was his last ditch effort. He was going to kill all three of them. He was like, well, fuck, I wanted to give the factory to Mike. Mike's dead. Well, Mike's small now. I can't give it to him. You know, fuck, I'll trick Charlie into thinking he has it. We'll get in the glass elevator, press the button, crash through the ceiling. Boom, we're all dead. Problem solved. Nobody gets the fact. Now nobody gets to enjoy it. But again, plans were foiled when somehow this fucking big glass elevator of fucking death didn't fucking break when they broke through a fucking glass ceiling. Okay? So now they're just floating over town again. I don't know how the fuck they're steering it. And they're just mesmerized. Oh, look at all the town. Oh my God. People look like you know, fucking whatever and shit. And you're going to tell me that like fucking Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is a straight up kids movie? Bullshit. I'll never look at that movie the same again. Of course you won't. People are like, oh, this is the scariest movie I've ever saw. This is the scariest movie I've ever saw. Nope, not me. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory is the scariest thing I've ever watched. With some great fucking tunes. It all makes sense now. My sister has tried arguing every aspect that I have just fucking tried to tell you guys. And she just will not accept that I'm right. Well, he wasn't a slave owner. He was trying to save them from Oompaland or whatever the fuck it's called. Or Wampaland, whatever the fuck it is. And I was just like, then yeah, that I'm pretty sure we had to tell the Africans some fucking shit to get them over here. Then we kept them locked up and shit while we fucking, you know. It's all there. It's all there in fucking color, too. And like I said, like fucking he has this whole factory fucking built with all these weird gadgets and shit, which I can buy. He's an eccentric cat. I can understand that. But then at one point he was like, I want this big fucking tunnel where I can just project fucking images of like worms on people's lips and chickens with their heads cut off and shit. And I need that. Like he had to tell a fucking contractor that. You know? Like he had to tell a fucking contractor, I want a tunnel with projections of like fucked up images. Don't you run a candy factory? I do, but I need this tunnel in here. Board. All right, Wonk, you got it. Can you tell us a story about how you got into fights? Let's see. Trying to think of a good one. I'm about to say most of the fist fights I got into weren't they didn't last that long. Like one was like I swung at somebody, they swung back, it was over. You know, I mean, none of them are really that interesting. Think about it. I'm trying to think too. Yeah, I got nothing, dude. I'm sorry. There's probably a theory about how Jason Voorhees was actually trying to save all of those counselors. Probably my favorite movie theory that I ever heard. Two of my favorite movie theories that I ever heard. One of which is easily debunked. But one was Titanic. Like Rose made up Jack. Like Jack is like Leonardo DiCaprio's character is all made up in her head. You know? Which I'm like, that's an interesting fucking theory, you know? And like at the end where she's telling the story to those like divers or whatever, and the divers are just like, you know, we looked in the record books. There's no history of Jack anywhere. And she looks at him and says, why would there be? And they never elaborate on that. And it's just like, oh. I mean, yes, he won the tickets in a poker game. We got that. But like still that's an interesting theory that Jack was made up in her head. I enjoy that theory quite a bit. And the other one being that in Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that Ferris Bueller is a figment of Cameron's head, which is an interesting theory. But the main hole I have in that theory is when Ferris performs at the fucking parade. That's the main fucking hole I have in that theory. You know, where I'm just like, okay, you know, I can probably buy that fucking Ferris is made up in Cameron's head, and that's like his way to like live life because his life sucks so bad and shit like that because they establish that in the movie. But if it wasn't for Ferris performing in that parade, then I think that's what fucking really flaws the whole theory. Is that right there? That and possibly them at the restaurant too, but more the parade than the restaurant. You know, those are like two of my favorite ones I've heard. But yeah, the Titanic one I thought was really good. Which at first, when I was first reading it, I was like, "What do you mean Jack's made up in her head and bullshit?" And then that end scene where it's just like, "We never found anything on Jack," and it's just like, "Why would there be?" And I was like, "Oh, spicy," you know, spicy. Okay. That Danny and Sandy actually drowned in Greece, and the whole movie's a figment. Ferris Bueller's overrated. I don't have enough brain power to fucking. I used all my fucking power on the fucking Willy Wonka shit tonight. Catch you on the next one. Yep, I'm gonna bounce on out of here and shit. I got some podcast work I got to do before tomorrow. So if you guys haven't, get some questions in on episode 12. Go and all that good shit, and check out all the gimmicks in the description down below. And yeah, until then, be breezy, guys.